Okay everyone, so we're going to be doing the Should You Summon on the ELSA banner. So getting into it, she's a blue unit with a leader skill of 40% HP towards blue units, so that's pretty nice little mono leader skill there. Then we have her memory, which is a physical unit based memory, giving speed and I think crit rate. So we'll go over the full translations in a minute. Then we're going to take a look at the rates of the banner. Should relatively be the same as always. I found out what this two little segments here means. So basically this is the single summon, what you should be expecting in any given single. You have a 7% chance of getting a 3-star, 2 of that, or 2.5 of that is a character, and then 5 of that is a memory. So then we have the 1% rate up for ELSA. The memory right here was a 1.5 rate up. So normal rates for the multis, each multi, you see this right here. I believe this is each multi. I could be wrong. I feel like I've seen multis without this little banner before. I could be wrong. I just want to double check everything. Oh, I don't think I've ever looked at this banner, so it's giving me the animation. But yeah, so when you do a multi, the last, did I go too far? The last unit in the multi is actually guaranteed to be a unit, hence the 2-star guaranteed character. So you're actually not going to get a memory, so the rates are a little different for this last unit. So again, you see this 0% for memories. She's 0.9 on that. I think for the rest of the multis, absolutely normal, 1% rate up, and then I believe probably another 1.5 for the memory. Taking a look at the character, we'll switch on over to the wiki. The wiki currently is bugged right now at the moment. I don't know how long it's going to last. These characters have been added to the wiki, but when you actually go into the site, it doesn't like it doesn't look like it's added. The character's just not there. So yeah, just if you're looking for the character details, probably just join the Discord. They'll probably have it up by tomorrow or something, or you can just wait it out to see if the wiki stops bugging out on everyone. Also, I can link the wiki in the description down below. I'm probably gonna have the wiki link in the description from now on, just because it's also very useful. So looking at her max level skills, no cooldown. So this is her basic physical attack, a single enemy with 600% power, and grants an attack enhancement for to self for 2 turns. So same thing basically as the purple ELSA. I don't know if the percentages are the same, but they both give attack enhancements on their basics. Then we have the passive skill 2, automatic activation, no cooldown obviously. When you land a critical hit, there's a 100% chance that you will reduce self cooldowns by 2 turns and remove 2 buffs from the enemy. So 2 buffs, I wish this was all buffs. 2 buffs is like kind of whatever. You could get pretty unlucky with the buffs you decide to remove, but it is what it is. When defeating an enemy, there's a 100% chance you will reduce all enemies action gauge by 200%. So basically, it takes 100% is the full charge, or like half the charge, then 200% is like the bar that makes it go red, I believe. It's hard explaining how action gauge works, but basically you stop them from attacking completely and they have to start from 0 with their speed. So you're basically using all of your units to overlap them, which basically gives your entire team another turn, depending on, you know, well, see, the thing is, ELSA is extremely fast, 173, so it's very rare that you're going to get units that go before her, so utilizing this is going to be pretty hard. Like Val Rem can go before her, Sword Saint probably can go before her, maybe some other units, maybe like Hooded Amelia, maybe, with her full memory, and if you built speed on her, I'm not too sure. There are only very select units that actually can take advantage of this, but it is nice to have. Like this is pretty strong if you utilizing it correctly. So lapping in your enemy's team entirely is very strong in PvP at least. And action gauge is actually like a big deal in PvE too, because I don't think there's like any restrictions. Like there's barely anything that enemies use to like subdue like action gauge reduction. Like this isn't like a debuff or anything, so it's like hard to be immune to stuff like this. So this is going to be pretty useful for PvE, I think, going forward. So yeah, very interesting ability. I kind of like it. I think it's like the best part of her kit. And then there's a 100% chance that you will get a turn again, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, does not stack, so you can't kill enemies over and over again to keep delaying them from the inevitable. So yeah, pretty solid. Then we have the skill 3, physically attacks a single enemy twice with 800% power each hit, heals 50% of damage dealt, grants self-critical rate, and defense enhancement for 2 turns. So healing 50% is pretty nutty. I'm not gonna lie, it's just that she doesn't hit that hard. We're gonna go over her stats a little bit. You can see she's just not gonna be hitting that hard. So grants self-critical rate, again, another thing I had an issue with the purple based, like crit based ELSA. You know, you're giving yourself the critical rate, which is going to help you in the long term of the battle, but it's like you don't have you have attack enhancement on your basic, you have to waste a turn to get it. You have critical rate, you have to waste an attack to get it. Like these aren't passives that start like when you enter the battle like Sword Saint. Sword Saint is such a great single target unit because she enters the battle with these buffs already on her. ELSA, and on the other hand, both ELSAs have to waste a turn to get these buffs, and then you have to get another turn to wait for those cooldowns. And it just kind of sucks. Like, she can work. She you know, she can crit without having the crit rate buff on. Obviously, it's just like the fact that it just helps so much more. I really would have liked to see this critical rate just be a part of her passive as soon as she enters the battle. Her memory does that for her. We'll talk a little bit about that in previous videos. We'll get into it in a little bit. But the fact that you have to have the memory for it just kind of blows. So it is what it is. I think she's pretty cool. You could probably do a lot of great things with this ELSA unit that I probably not even thinking of at the top of my head. But I think overall she's probably mid. Maybe even like a solid skip, in my opinion. I love ELSA. She's one of my favorite. I think she's my best girl from the series. She's obviously one of my favorite characters. It just sucks to see like they could have just made her so much better. Like this is good. Like trust me, this action gauge is pretty nutty. But I feel like I thought we were just past this. Like this gives me power crept vibes. Like these are the type of units that have been power crept already. Like this is the type of skills that you would use pre Val Rim. Obviously, being ELSA being the unit that came out right before her. It just feels like old. It just feels like ELSA V2, but it just feels like a super reawakened version of normal ELSA. Like, yeah, we have. It feels like an easy A. There we go. I'm just piecing the words together. It feels like an easy A for otherwise a old power crept unit. So it's kind of unfortunate. She's not too different. I would have loved to see some way more stronger abilities on her, but it is what it is. Currently, I'm building full speed on her. I kind of wanted to build HP in her SP slots, but I'm thinking attack is actually the way to go because of the healing and just like everything how based to attack her kit is. It's just the fact that her attack is 1100, which is it is low, man. You're gonna have to do some building on this unit if you want her attack up. It's unfortunate. I really would have, like I said in the moveset video, her stats are gonna make or break the character, and kind of broke the character. Unfortunately, it's not enough. And if you want to build HP, you can, but 14k is not that much either. Defense, you shouldn't even bother. And then you get the defense, defense up for your 2 turns on your skill 3. So like, you don't need to build it at all. Crit damage is pretty solid, and these are standard as well as the crit rate. But yeah, so overall, kind of disappointing. She can do some cool, like she's so close to being so good, man. She's so close. I'm so it makes me mad because I really wanted to just be absolutely bonkers. So looking at her memory's perfect for her absolutely gorgeous crit rate, agility, a max of 20 and then 10 agility, and these are percentages, so not flat rates, always really nice. If a unit is physical, obviously this entire memory is based off physical units. The Discord, if you don't know what type of unit there is, the Discord distinguishes them at the bottom of the card for the unit translations, and also they're listed here in the wiki. Physical, and also they're in the wording of the abilities. Physically attacks. So there are physical and magical enemies in the game. So physically, for physical units, you get crit rate again 20%, agility 10%. Then if you get it to gold, this is where the really pog stuff comes in, where you get at the start of battle 100% chance that will give you a self crit rate enhancement for 2 turns. Nothing too crazy, but it works really well on ELSA. In physical units, I don't see too many physical units needing this specific, combination, but it could be nice for the future. Crit rate is super good for this character. Just guaranteeing those crits is really nice. So you could just have that insurance and play around it. I think it's really solid. So again, I wish this was just a part of her passive. It sucks that they made it to where she has to skill 3 first to get a critical rate up, or you have to have the gold memory to get a critical rate up at the beginning of the battle. But it is what it is. And then obviously standard stats for a memory, and a great picture to go along with it, if you ask me. So, if you should summon, probably not. This character's pretty mid, kind of underwhelming in all sense of the word. She can be kind of a DPS. She can be kind of like a little tank, utilized mainly for her 200% action gauge reduction. Of course, you have to actually kill with her, but I don't think it'll be too much of an issue if you build her a little tanky to kill still, with how offensive her kit is oriented. But again, we have, I believe, anniversary coming in 3 months time, so that's not a lot of time to save. I'm probably gonna go all in, get her gold, maybe hopefully get a memory. Kind of unfortunate that I really need this memory gold to play around with her, like to her max potential, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I know a lot of people want to summon here, but I hate to break it to you, it's probably not the best idea. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you pull her if you try to. Let me do that. Completely forgot. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Good luck, everyone.